All right, folks, good evening and a warm welcome to the most engaging 60 minutes on television. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, today on the program, Vice President Kashim Shettima assures compatriots that Nigeria would survive challenges confronting her. But let me report I'm hanging out with, some say, the busiest female journalist in the country. Ibinabo Dixon, I greet you.
Good evening, Citizen. Good evening, Nigerians. It's great to be here.
Okay, also here is Bola Olajuwon. Bola, I greet you.
Thank you so much for greeting me. I greet Nigerians too.
Okay then, the team is ready. I hope you are. All right, let's go. You know, former Governor Akinwumi Ambode may have walked away from politics, but superior reason prevailed and he has returned to the vocation. The jinx appeared to have been broken after the former Lagos State helmsman met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos on Thursday. Acknowledging Ambode's presence at the event, the commander-in-chief said elatedly, quote, "I'm glad to see Ambode. Thank you, Akin," end quote. Now, shall we say the war is over? Ibinabo?
Yeah, I mean, was there...
Oh, okay, just before you go, we have a little package backing the story. Please come with us.
The reception is a double celebration. First, to mark Eid al-Kabir and also to welcome President Tinubu back home after being sworn in as the president. Former state governors and current senators led by the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, members of the House of Representatives, among other APC party chieftains, are present.
Your leadership style inspires all of us, and we hope that indeed that greatness that you converse for us will happen in our lifetime. We see a leader who believes in the potential of this great nation, who works tirelessly to unlock the potential.
For the fact that you got the leadership of the National Assembly right, we are here across party lines to assure you that you end well. And the National Assembly is behind you 100%, and we will do everything legislatively possible to ensure that you have a very smooth tenure, and at the end, this country will never forget you.
Many of the laws you first passed here have been adopted by those who even disliked you. And the question to Nigerians then was that, why are we hiding behind the finger? If we are adopting what has been successful, let us embrace it at the national stage.
Speaking on the petroleum subsidy removal, President Tinubu explained the need to take the bold step.
You can't afford to be Father Christmas to neighboring countries. We can't just afford the petroleum subsidy. And the foreign exchange. Yes, I could have stayed to say I want to share of my benefit and participate in the arbitrage. But God forbid, no. That's not why you elected me.
The president also called on Nigerians to come together and rescue the country. The sight of former governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, is not one to ignore, as president acknowledged.
And I'm glad to see Ambode. Thank you, Akin. Very good.
Thursday, June 29th, marks exactly 30 days that President Bola Tinubu was sworn in as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Adedoja Salam Adeniyi, TVC News, Lagos.
Many thanks, Adedoja. Ibinabo, pictures don't tell lies.
Pictures do not tell lies. Okay, I haven't said that. I say it's a beautiful one. Even, they say, the tongue and the teeth, they do quarrel. Yeah. They do fight to the point that the tongue would bleed. But does that mean you're going to cut off your tongue because of your teeth? So it's beautiful. We are very happy that they are back together. And then, you know, I see the picture in my head is like a daddy with his sons, and one of them aired whether there was, I mean, I don't have the details, but now all is well. So it's beautiful that they are back together because, I mean, they have one thing in common. Governors of Lagos State, past or present. And, government is a continuum. So you see that where Fashoda stopped, Ambode took up. Where Ambode stopped, Sanwo-Olu is working. So it's a beautiful combination, and I'm very glad that they are back together.
Yeah, Bola, in politics, friendship and enmity are not permanent. So we can only hope for good things from here.
Yes, we can hope for good things. But basically, are they fighting in the real world of fighting? Okay, from the side of Tinubu,
no, in politics, you don't have to be.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a marketplace thing.
Yes, I know. But basically, Tinubu said one thing. He said, look, didn't do anything to me. You've not offended me. Basically, it's a decision of the people that owns Lagos. Tinubu is not somebody that just sit down and make decision like that. Some people didn't want Ambode to go for second term, and that was it. For Ambode to stay back from joining Lagos politics, the mainstream politics of Lagos, for some time, maybe to try to strategize himself, not necessarily to say, I'm leaving politics. But basically, he must have decided to say, for a while, I want to leave politics because I didn't get what I wanted to get. But once you know Tinubu for one thing, this is somebody that doesn't hold anything against anybody. And somebody said one thing, Obasanjo said it. He said, you people are saying that this man said so and so against me. What did I do to him? But still, we are still back together. I'm not a politician. If you are looking for a top-rated politician, go to Body Love.
There's one in Lagos.
In Lagos, Body Love. And that is it. It's a simple fact that Tinubu is somebody that knows how to handle people, how to nurture people, tap talents, and nurture them.
Yeah.
He will nurture them and continue to make use of them. Look at all the politicians in this country today. You will see somebody, and you will see all the people that have been working with him. 80 to 90% of people who have been working with him, and they are still there with him. 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, and it's somebody that maintains friendship. Then what is it? For people who are saying that, well, Ambode is back, fine, he's back. But he thought maybe he should go and rest a little bit and rethink before, continuation of the movement. Maybe it's coming back when nurtured, with better thinking of what is expected of him now, and to contribute.
And why not? Even about, takes me back to the Second Republic, the gospel of politics without bitterness remains the late Alhaji Wazir Ibrahim. I saw it coming when Governor Sanwo-Olu visited Ambode during his 60th.
60th birthday, yes. That was beautiful. Like you said, politics is about interest and not... It's about interest. So at some point, there will be clashes here and there, but it's not going to be permanent. More so, not when someone like our president is involved. If you go out there, you see that the president has gone way beyond all that transpired before the election, during the election and all. He's already, mending fences while some are still holding back. You understand? So I'm not surprised, because the day I saw Sanwo-Olu at Ambode's birthday, I knew that,
some fence mending.
Yes, had started, or it had already started before he went there. So it's a beautiful one. I mean, we can't keep, it's all about the people.
They keep the populace guessing.
Yes.
What next? Well, that's the name of the game.
It's for the betterment of Lagos.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, let's move to the next story. The federal government may have lifted the ban on the importation of vehicles through the land borders. The development is projected to revitalize economic activities with a corridor. Now, recall that the outgone government had shut the borders with Benin Republic and subsequently banned the importation of vehicles in that axis. We expect freight forwarders to take advantage of this window and play by the rules, Bala. Playing by the rules is the name of the game.
Yes, but I'm from a border area. Well, I've been passing through, those roads. I still see vehicles on the way. That's by the closure of border.
No. Imported vehicles?
I will tell you that. Tokumo vehicles. I still see them. And when you see one, you will know this is an imported vehicle.
Did you report to anybody?
I should report?
Yeah.
Who do I report to? Do I report to you? See, the issue is this. We have a very porous border, unmounted border without anybody in there sometimes.
Okay.
Okay? You see, the issue is this. What legitimately supposed to go into the federal government purse is being filtered away by the closure of the border. Okay, we saw on the floor of the National Assembly, the House of Rep, a lawmaker coming out. He said he's from Katsina. He said maybe his town is not far from the border. That he saw what was happening. And it's like that in many borders. It is okay that the federal government is coming back to do the right thing, at least. And you will see that by the time they stop importation of all these vehicles around the borders, the revenue that was due to the federal government went down drastically. And the comptroller of semi-border said it, where it was hinted that very soon we notice, at least a new consideration from the federal government, and then the jetson of, closure of border, to make sure that, we have at least vehicles coming through the border.
Yeah.
To me as a person, it's a right decision because we want money. Yes, we want money. The only thing that I will say is that we should include technology in the way we control our border.
Yeah.
It's no more a feasible thing that you must have custom men, you must have immigration people. No. All over the world, we are talking of artificial intelligence, we are talking of technology, we are talking of...
But it begs the question of, are we deliberately allowing our borders to be this porous? Or it is our way of life?
Because we are not doing what we ought to do. No, we should know one thing. Criminals will always be ahead of government, instead of the government being ahead of criminals. Because of the fact that some people want to play smart Alex, they will always make sure that they make use of that lacuna of not having the right people manning the border.
Okay.
And even what about our customs and our immigration? We have, I'm sorry to say it, why we have better people, we have people who are good people, compatriots.
Don't be sorry. You give me the impression you are a part of the problem.
No, I'm not part of the problem. You see, if I say I'm sorry, okay, I won't be sorry.
Okay, even about mine is, if we want tight borders, there must be a sync between Nigeria and Benin Republic, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon, don't you think?
Yes, that is the way it should be. But you see, over the years, so many years back, I used to go to Republic of Benin, to Togo, and all those places. And you will realize that as soon as you exit Nigerian border to Benin Republic border, there's a change, there's a difference.
Attitude?
Yes. They are very serious-minded. They are very detailed.
The
Beninois, yes.
Okay.
So, but over the period, they've realized that, okay, some things could happen at the other side of the border, so why not compromise? That was what actually happened. Because I remember there was a time somebody told me that she was traveling and she had it easy on Nigerian end of the border, and as she crossed to the other side, it was difficult for her because she had some stuffs on her to take to the Republic of Benin, and she didn't have enough documents to, you know, support what she was taking over there. And it was a very serious thing that she had to go back to Nigeria to go and do the needful. But my question, the question I asked her was, didn't you pass through the border? Were you so invisible? Didn't you meet with anybody? And she said, you know, I was able to, you know what we do. So I'm not going to remove myself from it because we're all Nigerians. Yeah. So opening the border is one thing. Now, putting people who have over the years, you know, been very transparent, been very accountable, is imperative. Because even when, like he said, when the border was closed, vehicles were coming in.
Regardless.
Yes. And they were very dangerous. The manner of speed these people, you know, would drive, you know that if you run into them, you are dead. They are very desperate and they were ready to crush anything that will cross their path. So now that the border is open, everything becomes official. Maybe a little bit of sanity would be obtainable at the border because most of those, they call them firewall. What do they call them?
Firewall people.
Sometimes they come in through the villages
around
the border, all these border towns. And it got to a point, the residents of all those places made it a business. So if you are going through the back door, there are different stops where you grease palm here, you give this person this, and you are...
But even at that point, but it's a two-way street. If you don't give, they don't take.
Because if you don't give, they won't allow you, even when you have everything in place.
So where is the problem?
The problem is with us, Nigerians. Because you see, anytime you see that we have any collaboration with other people, we end up corrupting them. We end up making them look like, oh, you people are fools. Make money. We are making money here. And before you know human beings. So at the end of the day, when they want to deal with Nigerians, that is, I'm talking about Beninois, the way they deal with Nigerians.
TerraQ, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
The Ekiti National Association cordially invites the public to the coronation of Akinrin of Ekiti, His Royal Highness Oba Johnson Kolade Otitoju, Egbolona I, which takes place on Saturday, the 1st of July, 2023 at 10 a.m. Venue, Baptist High School Field, Ekiti Ade, Ijumu Local Government Area of Kogi State. Royal Fathers of the Day, their Royal Majesties, the Olujumu of Ijumu Kingdom, Oba Williams Ayeni JP, Obadofin I, and the Olu Ade of Ekiti Ade, Olu Anthony Bangbaye Idowu CON, Ahe Maworo I. Special guest of the day, Chairman Ijumu Local Government Area, Alhaji Dr. Taufik Issa, and member representing Ijumu constituency in the Kogi House of Assembly, Honorable Omotayo Adeleye Ishaya. Join us in celebrating Oba Johnson Kolade Otitoju, Egbolona I, on his coronation as the Akinrin of Ekiti in Ekiti Ade. Prince Babajide Kolade Otitoju, for the family.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news. Sometimes it's the...
All right, folks, thank you and welcome back. Let's conclude our topic, our talk on the border reopening. Bola, securing our border is something you cannot take for granted.
Yes.
Remember the border issue between the U.S. and Mexico and all that. Around the world,
yes,
your border is, managing your border is like managing a country's life.
Yes. Yes, because many things will go wrong if you fail to manage your border very well. In the case of Nigeria, there is no way we can manage our border or we can man our border 100%. It's not possible. But what we can do is that we can put measures in place to make sure that we secure our border, and then so that there can be prosperity, for the people of the country. Fine. Look, I'm so happy with the opening of the border. One, because many activities are equally going on around the border, from the other side and our side. People moving all about, and then going with and coming in with goods that can make life better for the people. But with the situation of the closure, you will realize that except in the area of the porous borders, and then it's with, how do I say, apprehension that you see people doing the business. It's not that they are doing the business as easy.
But do you know, we talk about the subsidy on fuel, petroleum products gone for good. But at the same time, we cannot preclude the pilfering of petrol from across the border, this our side of the border to the other side.
Yes.
We can. It's going to be very difficult, except we have the right people at the border, people who are more
conscientious.
Yes, thank you. So, okay, let's take this instance. When prior to the removal of the subsidy, the border was closed, and people were exporting. How are they doing it?
Connivance.
So you see, the closure of the border then was just by bare lip service. Activities were going on, but illegally. And in illegalities, some people profit from. So, and that is why it is better the border is open. So whatever it is you are taking in or out of the country, you go through the right process. If there are payments to be made, you pay. So that this money will go into the coffers of the government than into individual pockets. This has been going on. They banned rice in 2016, I think.
18.
Was it 18 or 16? I think around April.
Okay.
It was banned. But have we not been seeing imported rice all over the place? Was it being dropped from the sky? Oh. People were importing this food item. So
ferrying them across the border.
Irrespective of whether you close it and then you think it is closed, what they will bring in, they will bring in, because some people are going to compromise.
All right. I hear. Well, our business here, as I always say, is to mold opinion, allow decision makers to work with our suggestions here. Okay. Now let's go to our next story. our penchant, or if you like, our liking for not punishing wrongdoing appears to have blighted any good intentions in this regard. The Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC, has vowed that it would soon take action on the case of the suspended resident electoral commissioner, that's the REC, in Adamawa State, Barrister Hudu Yunusa Ari. INEC National Commissioner Festus Okoye made this known. Are we persuaded? Are we convinced for once that something would happen?
My fingers are crossed.
Okay.
I'm waiting because there are so many issues that has to do with INEC. And this is not the first. So until there is a conclusion on this one, before I believe, I don't know. I can't say. And this is coming from a place of, I have seen so many things, and it never ended conclusively. So we are waiting. And whatever it is they are going to do, they should come with the proof. They should come with, cogent evidence, because here I see conflict of interest. So whose end is it tilting towards? We are going to wait and see.
Bola, yeah. Are you seeing through what she's saying?
I'm seeing through what she's saying. You see, we've been having cases of electoral malpractices in this country. How many people can we say, or can we point at that, look, they've been jailed? You see, I don't know, maybe it's right. Maybe I'm right to pronounce it as, we say that this is a prima facie case. You see, this was a man we saw. We knew the individual votes before the rerun on April 15. Then, before we knew what happened, somebody, we don't know whether it's an angel.
That's it in your picture.
Okay. We don't know. Maybe it's an angel. This same man, supported by the Commissioner of Police in the state,
the director of DSS?
DSS, they went there and they declared somebody that didn't win, or suppose somebody that didn't win. They declared her as being elected. Okay, fine. He disappeared. We didn't see him until May 2nd. When he came, he was arrested. Okay? 5th of May, they released him. And since then, we've not had anything. Now, Dr. Festus Okoye came out yesterday and is telling us that, well, they are discussing with the police investigative team. For how long are they going to discuss the police? Something must be wrong somewhere. You see, as I said, Professor Banji Oyeyinka said one thing. He's an advisor to African Development Bank president. He said one thing. He said, we have good policies in Nigeria. But what is missing is good people.
To implement the good policies.
The good policies.
Yeah.
Then if that should be the case, for how long are we going to continue to have people like that? And we saw the case of the REC, the former Adam. What of other people? They're perpetrating evil and working against the interests of Nigeria in INEC. We have other people like that. We saw it in Lagos here. We saw it in other places during the last election. But basically, I will not say that that actually affected the sanctity of the election. No, generally no. But what I'm saying is that if what we saw glaringly in Adamawa is not punished, I think we are asking other offenders to feast on the nation and make sure that the sanctity of what Nigerians want does not happen.
Yeah, even about, you know, the fly in the ointment appears to be the fact that we hardly punish bad behavior or wrongdoing. And as they said, prima facie cases are lost. Even when you see the facts are there, you know. Are we ever going to begin to punish bad behavior?
We hope and we look forward to it because, you know, there's something about Nigerians, a particular behavior will just take over and it becomes normal, irrespective of the fact that it is very abnormal. Yeah,
you are told time will heal everything.
So
is it, sorry, is it necessarily true that we have a very short memory?
Maybe we have come to, we have gotten used to deceiving ourselves. Because, you know, of course I can recall events that happened 10, 20 years ago. I wouldn't know how old I was, but I remember that there was an armed robber that was Oyenusi. And whether I heard, whether I knew, I can't remember. But I could recall the stories about all his activities.
Bola will tell you, at the time he reigned, Nigeria had 12 states. And he had robbed in all 12 excepting my state at that time, Cross River.
Why? You people were invisible.
He said there was nothing to take in that part of the world.
So if anyone sits somewhere and believes that Nigerians don't remember.
But essentially he was punished.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was then.
He was punished.
And reason for recalling his time and the event that took place then was because there were deterrents put in place.
Yeah.
But today, once the story breaks out and everybody talks about it, it's like, as you're talking about it, it will gradually fizzle out.
Yeah.
And nobody gets to talk about it again. We haven't forgotten, but nobody gets to talk about it because other events would have overtaken it.
Paula, remember that this is relative to what we're discussing. The president does not have the power, constitutional power, to sign a death warrant. Only governors do.
Yes.
As we sit here, over 3,000 condemned, awaiting the hangman, you know, in many of the correction centers. Would we ever get there?
Well, you see, what I can only pray is that
we pray too much.
We pray. Let's continue to pray. You see, maybe one day or the other we will be like Denmark, Sweden, and Finland, whereby they are giving out prisons for other things.
They're paying for prisoners.
No, not paying prisoners.
No, what I mean, they are praying for prisoners.
Well, the prisoners to come in. But there are no prisoners because life is good.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go and steal? Why do you want to go and kill? Maybe we will get there one day. And I pray it should be very soon.
Through prayers?
No, it's not through prayers.
Okay.
By working very well. Look at what we are witnessing in less than a month now with the administration of President Tinubu. We saw him taking some decisions, critical decisions, and he doesn't want to say no. And he's still going, taking other decisions. That is what we want. Maybe by the time we have food, where people are well engaged, then we have lights, electricity that people can use to work, and many other things, put in place that are developmental oriented. I think we will get there.
All right.
I think
I remember that song. Yeah. We'll get there. Maybe Ibn Ambo wants to add, I'll take you there. But essentially, I think it has got to a stage in our development, in our evolution. Now that we're retooling our country, because it's possible to make this country work, I keep saying there was a country before in this country. We can go back there.
It's very possible.
Let's start with this particular one we are talking about. Let's punish wrongdoing for once, because we can. Okay, then. To our next story. Now, being challenged in life as a country is inevitable, but being defeated by the challenge is optional. Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration was determined to fix all the challenges confronting the country. The VP spoke during an Eid visit to the Sheikh of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Gabai. It is possible.
Yes, it is possible. As we said earlier, when we were discussing the last topic, possible. But we need to relax, and we need to take our time. Then we should not push the administration too much. We should not expect much for now. This thing will take time. The issue of Nigeria going this bad, or Nigeria being in this sorry state, didn't start yesterday. It started a long time ago. And for anybody to make sure that they implement program that will be pro-people and develop the country, it will take a little bit of time to show. And you see, look at the issue of subsidy. Before the subsidy, look at gas. I knew how much we were buying gas in my house. Then later, immediately they removed the subsidy. We saw the gas, the price of, kilograms of gas coming down. Then we can get it. And then you see, look at the case of telecom before. We knew how we started when telecom came in. And even before telecom came in, there was even a time that we didn't have up to 300,000 line in Nigeria then, working ones. Then what happened? Then GSM came. People were shouting. I knew how much I bought my own line then, 7,500 naira. But now, if you are moving on the street, that they will even give you free. How many are you going to use? Then the issue is this. We will get there. But I think we should support the government, and we should not push the government too much. And we should not expect the government to perform magic. But with the rate that we see the government moving, I know that we'll get there. I know that we will get there.
Ibn Abba shares the sentiment?
Yeah, I've always been a believer in Nigeria. I believe in Nigeria, and I know that when we have the right leadership, we are going to do better, even much better than we did when the country was supposed to be better off then. But what I would say also is that when he said that the government should take it easy, I would agree from an angle, and that is, subsidy is big. It is eaten into our pockets. So for that, the government should take it easy on imposing anything that could eat further into the pockets. Then they should begin to look at agriculture. Because, when you have enough to eat, then they shouldn't forget shelter. It's a long time people talked about government houses. I remember so many years ago when
Sorry, in that regard, we had been talking about housing deficit over time.
Exactly.
Years ago. We're still there.
I hope that this government will take a look into it and do something about it. Then also, we are looking at Nigeria as a consumer nation. We have to move away from there, transmute to producer nation. So that, any country that continues to, you're okay, you have all the raw materials to give to other countries. And they would now refine, process, and bring back to you. You can't grow. But if we have the raw material here, we process here and everything, life will be easier. Yes. There will be I mean, windows of opportunities will open to a lot of people.
Yeah.
There will be more, more people will be employed, and then life will gradually become what we say, life is good. So you say life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the government has to be very deliberate. I know that the pressure is much, but
competing demands.
Exactly, but because when there is the will,
there's a way.
There's a way.
All right, Bola, but let's talk about electricity. Do you know if we can get electricity uninterrupted? Looks like we are going to be very close to El Dorado. We said not too long ago on this program that the highest employer of labor in the country is not government.
Yes.
Do you, do you realize we have over 400 textile factories in the country that shut down because electricity was not there?
Yes. Most of us are happy. At least we are going to church now. We pray in those companies that no longer work. We are praying. We go in the morning, we go in the afternoon, we go in the evening and pray.
What does that tell you?
No. We don't know what we are doing. I'm sorry. You see, the issue is this. I agree.
You're apologizing too much.
Yeah, we apologize. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian. You see, I took a public transport here so that somebody would not go and slap you from the back. That's what's wrong with this one. You were the one speaking nonsense on telly. Okay, you see, the kind of electricity that we have in Nigeria and how, we are operating all those, how do I say, firm generating, all these generating firms. That is not the best way. I'm saying it, and I will continue to say it. Having 50 kilowatts here, having 100 there, tomorrow somebody will commission 150. No. What we want now is a big-time generating equipment.
Yeah.
In terms of
capacity.
Capacity. Maybe if we can still manage nuclear energy, it is not going thermal again. How do we have, for how long are we going to have rain or rainy season? For how long are we going to have rainy season? Next 3 months, 4 months, and that is all. Then we start struggling with generating more power to augment the other ones that we have. And then the carrying capacity.
Yeah, he is perhaps talking about going solar, going wind and all that. These are
renewable
energy.
Yeah.
I mean, the world shouldn't leave Nigeria behind, for goodness sakes. We should be part of this technology. We have the manpower.
All right. But I hear we must make some money. Let's go on a commercial break now. We would be back. Please stay with us.
From work, in the busy traffic, your car breaks down. Car horns blast. Your car is pushed aside. You call for help. Phone battery blinks and dies. You take a cab. Few miles, tire bursts. What a day. Frustrated, sweating, and tired. Nearing home, darkness envelops the street. Wow! Just one house is bubbling with life. Brilliant lights, loud music, smiling wife, all welcome you.
We alone have light?
Yes, it's JRB Solar Energy Systems, my anniversary present to us.
No matter how dark life is, the sun is gonna shine on everything you do. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. JRB, the sun is gonna shine on everything you do.
The Ekiti National Association cordially invites the public to the coronation of Akirin of Ikirin, His Royal Highness Oba Johnson Kolade Otitoju, Egbolona I, which takes place on Saturday, the 1st of July, 2023 at 10 a.m. Venue, Baptist High School Field, Ikiri Ade, Ijumu local government area of Kogi State. Royal fathers of the day, their royal majesties, the Olujumu of Ijumu Kingdom, Oba Williams Ayeni JP, Obadofin the First, and the Olu Ade of Ikenrin Ade, Olu Anthony Bangbayedo, CON, Ahe Maworo the First. Special guest of the day, Chairman Ijumu local government area, Alhaji Dr. Taufik Issa, and member representing Ijumu constituency in the Kogi House of Assembly, Honorable Omotayo Adeleye Ishaya. Join us in celebrating Oba Johnson Kolade Otitoju, Egbolona the First, on his coronation as the Akinrin of Ikenrin in Ikenrin Ade. Prince Babajide Kolade Otitoju, for the family.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
Okay then, welcome back. Let's push the discussion to a logical conclusion. Even also, the border, Benin border, we understand that's the news, has been opened. We may now import vehicles and so on. But as we insisted from the beginning, we must play by the rules. Playing by the rules is the name of the game.
It's the name of the game. It's going to be difficult because, you know, for so many years, some set of people have gotten used to doing things illegally. So now
It's become a way of life.
Yes. So it will take a while for them to adjust to this new system. So, but we are hopeful. We are hopeful because we know that for the kind of leadership we have now, these are people who have penchants for good governance. So I want to believe that as you know, the border is opened. I mean, you can't work with people and not understand and know their character. So the best thing for the boss at the borders to do is to make sure that they have the right people in place. Because I tell you, for free, people are going to fight it. Because you have been feeding fat on something very illegal. And then suddenly, it will be taken away from you. You will fight back.
But freight forwarders, for instance, who are saying bravo to government, complained that the border should be opened, which is saying, yeah, it pays them if they play by the rules as we're saying. So I don't see freight forwarders as being against this move.
Can I just
Don't
narrate?
Can
I just say something? You see, someone imported some food items. I wouldn't know whether it was a contraband or not. But she came in through the back door and she paid.
But that should answer the question. It was contraband.
Yes. She paid but she was claiming that it was nothing like that and so on and so on. She was arguing and I left her. So she paid every necessary person or whatever. But what happened to her was, at the last point where she was supposed to take these goods to a warehouse, the goods were impounded. By the same people she paid. So you see, the people she had been feeding over the years they made her the meal this time around. So it's better the border is open, so that whatever it is you are doing, you play by the rules. So you don't get surprises. You don't feel that, okay, I've paid the necessary fees, I'm here now, the next move is to get it to my warehouse. Then somebody comes and tells you, this cannot go from here. And then you have lost everything. The money you spent in getting the goods, every payment you made at every stop at the border. So, I mean, wisdom says that we all should embrace this.
Yeah.
See, in addition
to
that, okay, in the Republic of Benin, when any good, like vehicles and others, are coming from the Republic of Benin, there's no way that they will not take their tax. You won't pay the necessary tax before you can come to the side of the Nigerian border.
Yeah.
Now, we have Border Commission, Republic of Benin, Nigeria Border Commission. And they even had one around the summer recently. Why can't we be sharing intelligence with the Republic of Benin security people? Because, like, if they can charge money for vehicles coming out of the area that want to enter Nigeria, why can't these people share intelligence with them, with our customs? That look, today, we just cleared so vehicle today for your information. And then our security men, right from the spots whereby the vehicle owners move the vehicle from the side of the Republic of Benin into the Nigerian border, they will monitor those vehicles and make sure that they collect the necessary tax. If possible, let's say 80%. Because like the situation of Nigeria, you will still see some smart Alex. That is their job. It's their job. What they want to do is to cut corner.
Their job is to break the rules.
Break the rule.
It is routine for them.
Yes, routine for them. We have criminals like that. And we will always have them until kingdom come. They are always ahead of technology. Yeah. They are always ahead of rule and people.
Well, we have agreed, about that. The only way to fight organized crime is to make the fight against organized crime organized too.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
It's not. It bears repeating that we need to punish anybody who has done wrong. For me, the impunity must stop. It must stop.
It has to stop.
Because the enhancers must be removed.
There are no deterrents so far. Once we have deterrents in place, I think we would have a very reasonable reduction in all of this.
Yeah. Okay. This will be where we apply the brakes. But let's inform you that our in-house chief analyst, Babajide Otitoju, is unavoidably out of town. He's engaged in his native Kogi state. We'll hear the event in the coming days. But let's thank Ibn Abo Dixit for coming.
Always a pleasure.
And Bola Alajuno, many
friend.
thanks.
Your good friend.
My good friend.
Oh.
Okay then. If you missed any part of this program, join us later on at 11 for a repeat broadcast. And just to tell you, on Sunday, we'll expand this field for you. We go, a full 2 hours from 1:30 to 3:30. And of course, we are also on YouTube, on youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. On behalf of the Backroom Boys, I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Do you spend the night trying to get comfortable? Your knees rub both